Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is an updated what's in my diaper bag video featuring my little boy Diamond. He just finished doing his 6-month update, so make sure you subscribe and watch that video. But he is also very tired and ready to take a nap, so hopefully he will doze off during this video instead of fussing. But without further ado, let's get started. So I'm still using the same bag that I've been using since Diamond was born, and this is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I always forget the size of this. I know there's the GM, the MM. I don't remember which one this is, but I'm going to assume it's the GM. But this is what I've been using since the beginning of his life. On the outside of it, I just have my Bath and Body Works, what do you call this, hand sanitizer holder. We've been through probably about 3 of these since he's been born. And I just love keeping this on there. It's really cool. It's a gecko, so if he gets kind of fussy, he likes to play with it. Like right now, I'll give it to him. He's a little bit fussy, so he might not be in the mood for it. But yeah, if he gets fussy, I like giving him different things to play with. That right there is, to me, is safe as long as I watch him and make sure that the sanitizer does not open. Usually I'll take the sanitizer off, but let's get inside the bath. So this is what I keep all of his stuff in. I'm thinking about purchasing him a backpack that I can keep all of the stuff in so that we can finally part and I can have my purse and he can have his own bag. But as you can see, I kind of keep it neat where this is where all of mommy's stuff is. My wallet is in there. The big red thing is my wallet. And just everything that's mine stays pretty much in here and in the larger pocket on the side. And then his stuff usually is full in here. So let's go through it. On top, I usually on top of the bag, I usually like to just grab a throw blanket for him, whether it's cold or he spits up, or I need a place to cover him or cover his bum while I change his diaper. You can never go wrong with having a blanket. From there, we have his wipes. I usually like to keep this thing full. It's probably about halfway empty. I like to keep about this much in here just because you never know, but I love keeping these because I can refill it. It's cute. In the inside, like if I usually have some, what do you call them, Ziploc bags, and usually you can just take a Ziploc bag and put like 1 or 2 diapers in it and then put it in here with this so that you have all of your diapering needs. But yeah, I love this thing right here. You can find it at Target, and sometimes it comes free with a large bag of box of wipes. This is just a burp cloth, and I love to keep one of these for cleaning up his face when he drools or anything like that, cleaning up spills or whatever, but a burp cloth. And these actually match. I am a mom who loves to coordinate, so these coordinate. And then I keep diapers. So usually I keep about 6. Let me see if I have 6 today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, usually I keep about 6 to 8 of these in there. I just always think of in my mind, if like The Walking Dead happened, what would I do? And so I'll usually have 8 just to be safe, that I can get through a full day. But today we have 6. Next we have our what do you call this? It's sort of like, it looks like an apron, but it's for feeding. It's basically like a cover so that I can wrap this part around my, neck and cover myself while I feed him out in public. I love this thing because it definitely helps because he's very busy. So if I just wrap a blanket around, he will pull it down. So yeah, that's perfect. I never really used these. I think I used these twice in his life, but I never really had an issue with leaking. When I did have leaking, it was like in the house where I really didn't care. But as far as in public, I've never really had an issue with leaking, but I still keep these in here because you just never know. Then I usually will keep Q-tips. He does get boogers, so having some Q-tips on hand to be able to clean his nose are very helpful. Okay, and then from there, I like to usually keep a complete outfit. So if he drools too much and his shirt gets wet, or he poos or pees and somehow it finds itself on his onesie, we have a backup. And then with that, we usually will have a beanie in case it gets cold. I can just put this on his head like later in the day or like on a cold day. And then a pair of leggings or whatever you want to call them. And these are a size 6 months. All of his clothes now are a size 6 months. And then just a pair of nice thick socks, so that way his feet are cold, or not cold. If his feet are cold, he'll be warmer with these. And then of course I have a bib. He is in the process of teething, so like most babies, he drools a ton. So this comes in handy no matter what outfit he has on or what happens. I always put a bib on him when he's like sitting up in the upright position like this. Like right now he needs a bib on because that onesie is going to be loaded with drool probably in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so now that we have all of this done, we're going on the side pockets. On this side we have some of his crackers. These are the organic teeters by Happy Baby, and they're just, these probably need to, well, these do need to be thrown out because they're already open, but basically just some wafers, something for him to chew on when he gets a little too bit busy. This right here is like his absolute #1 favorite teething toy, like in the whole wide world. So I like to make this disappear for a few days and introduce it back to him so that he can remember how much he loves it. But when we're out and he gets fussy, this probably would keep him quiet the most. And then this is just another one that came in that same pack, kind of a backup, because sometimes this one finds its way outside of the bag. I think this is like his least favorite teething toy, so it just somehow ended up in the diaper bag and probably will never get out. I don't like to keep the pacifier hook on the pacifier just because when you take naps, I'm afraid that it'll wrap around his neck. But in public, I love to have this handy because like if he's sitting up or walking around and I'm holding him, I cringe when his pacifier falls on the floor, especially in public. So this is perfect to quickly attach, so that way we will be clean. Look what mommy found. Go for it. Okay, so in addition to that, I'm gonna go to the other side. We just keep a backup pacifier here to make sure that if we lose one or somehow we forget the one that he has in the house, he will be covered. And then we kind of keep some stuff. This he barely uses, but he does get dry chapped lips like me, so this will probably come in handy now that we're in the fall and winter months. But this is just the Bordeaux's Baby Kisses. It is basically, like I said, a baby chapstick. You can also use it for his bum if he happens to, or if you don't have like a diaper rash cream with you, this works well. Lotion, usually we don't use any of this out in public, but you just never know if he has a messy spill. We go ahead and just use some of this. So after that last clip, my camera died, and of course Diamond was getting a little bit fussy, so while my camera charged, I went ahead and gave him a little bit of milk and he went down for a nap. We're almost finished with this. I believe we left off with Toiletries. I showed you guys the Bordeaux Baby Kiss, and this is just a chapstick, good for babies that have chapped lips like my son, and you can also use it as a diaper cream. This, as you can see, is the Johnson & Johnson baby shampoo. I do not use this on his hair. He has dry hair and this makes it even drier, but I still keep this in there because, you know, every once in a while you'll go into a public bathroom and there is no soap, so I kind of steal this from him and use this as a soap sometimes if there is no soap in the bathroom. This is the head to toe wash. If we're out somewhere and he has an extreme poopy explosion, this comes in handy to be able to lather up his bum and rinse it even with a bottle of water. Usually there's also a bottle of water in here when we leave out anyways, but this is good to have. And then this is just simple Johnson & Johnson's what do you call this, lotion. I don't prefer this on his skin because his skin is very sensitive, but obviously it smells so good, so sometimes when we're out I'll just put a little bit on his legs and arms where I know he won't break out. Next we have some mittens. He hasn't used mittens since he probably was about a month or two old, and even then he didn't really use them because he gets them off very easily. But since he does have allergies, it's good to keep these in here in case he gets to the point where he's itching and rubbing his eyes and his nose a little bit too much and scratching himself. I can put these on him. I already showed you guys some socks, but I just keep a pair of white socks on one of the sides. And then we also have a washcloth, again for that body wash. if we need to wipe him down, or not even just with soap, but sometimes it's good to just be able to take and get the rag wet or damp. Like if it's hot outside, I usually will wipe down his neck and his back and his face. But also, like, since he eats more table foods now, and if he gets a little bit messy with his crackers and it gets all over his hands and stuff, I'm able to dampen the rag and clean him up. We also have some more toiletries. This is the Eczema Cream. His doctor gave us a few samples of this when he first found out he had eczema. It doesn't really do much for his eczema, but it does, you know, serve the purpose of moisturizing his skin. So I prefer this over the Johnson & Johnson's lotion, but, you know, I keep both. These were samples that we got during our hospital tour of the Aquaphor healing ointment. I think I've barely used this, but you know, when he gets cuts from scratching himself, or if we need something to put in his diaper, like diaper cream, those come in handy, but we really have not used those much. I think we're almost done. Yeah, this is his ointment, and this is my nipple cream. I barely used nipple cream in the beginning, so we still I still have plenty of the samples, but this is good for cracked lips as well, so I just keep it in here. This is his his eczema cream that his doctor prescribed. I keep this in here as, I prefer to stay in the diaper bag because he doesn't need it very often, but like I always say, like if we're away from home, I would prefer to have this than to not. So I keep it in here, and every once in a while when he has a breakout, I'll go in here and grab a little bit and put it back in here. Last compartment, we have a comb. I have a few of these, so I just keep one in here in case he needs it. Like I said, if we stay out somewhere overnight. These are his sunglasses. We got these from Children's Place. He finally can fit them, so I just put them in his bag because I have mine in my bag, so that way if we're out and it's a bit sunny, he can be a cool guy and wear his shades. But that's it. Also, we have the boba wrap. This wrap has been like one of my top 3 favorite baby items, and I love to wear him. Even now that he's getting much bigger, I still love to wear him and allow him to be able to be more social and, you know, explore when we're out, like at the grocery store or the mall. So usually I'll carry this, or I'll grab this when I grab the diaper bag and we leave. Sometimes I wear it, sometimes I don't, but I like to have it with me in case I choose to wear it. So I believe that is it for his diaper bag. Sometimes what I'll do is, this is the bag where we keep majority of his toys and teething toys. So for a while he was obsessed with Sophie, so every time we left the house I would make sure I would grab Sophie. Now he's over her, so sometimes I'll just grab a random 2 toys. Like I'll grab one of his balls and one of his teethers, and then I'll just present them to him. I'll put both in my hands in front of him and I'll say pick one, and he'll look at both and then he'll pick one. So say for instance, if he picks this one, I'll let him take this one out of the house with us for the day, or sometimes I'll take 2, just depending on where we go. But yeah, I like to have toys with us. I usually will grab a bottle of water on my way out for the both of us, in case it gets hot or something like that. Usually I'll put an ounce of water into his water bottle or his bottle and put that in there, maybe an ounce or 2. He doesn't really like water, but I think it's good to have it in case he gets a little bit what do you call it, thirsty or something like that. He'll drink a little bit, but not a whole lot. But I like to give him options when we're out. So like I said, I'll just put like an ounce or 2 of water into his bottle, and then I'll grab a snack like this. Now that he's able to eat table food, sometimes now I'm gonna start trying to grab like some fruit or something to bring out with us at all times. But for now, this is just what we have. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, or that it helped you. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.